What's up, y'all? Y'all know I'm on here. I'm here to talk about one thing.
Got there. You have to know who Londa Carter was before any of this happened. Before we get too deep, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you find value in these discussions. A business community in shock, and many
Heartbroken by the sudden loss of 40-year-old Londa Lulu Carter Darty. Carter was known for her many ventures, including the Bliss Lounge on Jefferson Street and the French 75 Barn Lounge on McKinley, both located in downtown
Lafayette. One person referred to her as a fashionista due to her unique style. They noted she always dressed to impress, even when dressing down. A person called her business-oriented, loved travel, and
God-fearing. One person even told News 10 that Carter, as a black female entrepreneur, was able to overcome numerous hurdles to successfully establish a thriving club in downtown Lafayette. One person even said that
there was still so much more to come from Carter. Londa Carter was born March 29, 1985, in Maringouin, Louisiana, a small town in Point Key Parish. She was
the daughter of Herbert and Florence Carter. She grew up surrounded by family, was baptized at St. Mary Baptist Church in Leavenworth, and faith was a part of her life from the beginning. She had a creative side from early on, loved
fashion, and had a natural eye for style. People who knew her back then described her as warm, adventurous, someone people gravitated toward. And when it came to sports, the girl could compete. At Point Koupi Central High
School, Lulu captained the dance team and the basketball team, ran track and field, and competed in volleyball doll. She graduated in 2003, academically strong with 2 athletic scholarship offers, reportedly in hand, one for basketball
to LSU, and one for track and field to the University of Louisiana at Lafayette. The ambition that would later define her business career was already there, long before the businesses existed.
It is 5:25, and it's time for Friday Feed, and Albert brings in some I didn't know these guys, and now these fantastic ladies in Albert. They're with Bliss Cocktail Lounge, and they are
R&B on the patio, French 75. Tonight, all sections have been sold out. Rude. Tonight we got your boy Flex
cooking ribeyes and lamb. I'm excited. This is going to be great. We love salivating already. Here we go. Spots. Albert, hello, good morning. And you see, Scott, you didn't know about it. That's why this show is the educational morning show. Exactly. You're like, oh man. Well, you know what you're like. Thank you, America's kids who are
thirsty for knowledge. Hey, Jalissa Dixon is with us. Introduce us to, your friend. This is Lulu, the owner of Bliss Cocktail Lounge. Oh, you brought the owner. I brought the owner. Holy cow. Oh man. Okay, now the pressure's on. The owner's here. Okay, I known that. So first of all, tell us about Bliss.
What's it all about? Well, it's a cocktail lounge. We offer drinks, food, a great vibe. Okay, yes, and food. Lamb chop ribeyes. So, how did this whole lamb chop ribeye thing get started? So, it started with, my daughter's dancing. I was dancing. My daughter dances, and I wanted to raise money to fundraise. So, I started raising money
to fundraise with my daughter, and I end up cooking. And then I end up letting Lulu try the food, and then once she tried the food, we end up connecting with each other, and she wanted to do lamb chops. I was like, you want to do lamb chops? And Lafayette, it was kind of hard, but we end up branded it, and then we came up with this pasta, and here we are now. Wow. So, let me come over here. We have a broken mic. So, Lulu, tell me.
What made you decide lamb chops? Going to the city and other places, like Houston, and I would go to these lounges and nightclubs, and they would have like these lobster tails and lamb
chops and things like that. And I said, you know what, Lafayette doesn't have anything like that nightclub-wise food. Maybe hot dogs or pizza. So, we decided to go out on a limb and try it and brand it. And it worked.
It worked. Customer reaction, they love it. Most people say, oh my god, I've never tried lamb. Or, I have tried lamb. It tastes wow. But Bliss, these lamb chops are amazing.
I've never tasted anything like it before. Okay, Jalissa works her magic. She does. So, Jalissa, this morning, I assume we're going to do what? Lamb chops and pasta. Really? Chops pasta. And so what we're going to do, we're going to go over to Storm Track 15 meteorologist Adam Olivier. Hey, we're going to get ready to cook here all morning long.
Bliss Cocktail Lounge became one of the most recognized gathering spots in Lafayette. People celebrated milestones there. They came together there. Lulu built that reputation from the ground up, and she did not stop there.
She went on to open French 75, a bar and lounge on McKinley Street in downtown Lafayette. She went on to lay out the full breakdown for that night. Bottle specials from 10 to 11, $5 drinks.
You heard me. We're celebrating so many birthdays. I see my baby daddy's on here. It's his birthday as well. It's not until Sunday. Maybe he'll pop out tonight and he can celebrate his birthday with us tonight. Baby daddy, if
Section's gone, 2 tables left. So, like I said, lots of birthdays. Okay, lots of great hosts tonight as well. We got our boy Rue, the one and only. Y'all know he
is definitely going to turn it up. Tap in, tap in, tap in, tap in. If you want me to pull a rabbit out of the hat for you, tap in right now while I'm here. If you need me to add something
for you, now is the time. Do not hit me up at 70 or 80 and say, "Hey Lou, please. I'm coming with 10 people, and I need you to make a section." I'm not pulling any more rabbits out of the hat.
Right now. If you need me to pull a rabbit out of the hat, now is the time. I am here. I am setting up. We're setting the tone. If you need something, let me know. Now. Bottle specials, of course, tonight. This is going to be my May.
Happy hour specials. I will have $100 bottles. This will be from 10:0 to 11:0. Doors open at 10:0. At 11:0 there is a cutoff. The cutoff is
at 11:0, 11:1. Don't ask me. 11:2, don't ask me. 11:3, don't ask me. Don't come and ask me at 12:12 for a special. You want this special? Come early. I will have $5 drinks as well.
Make sure you are here early. This is from 10:0 when doors open to 11:0. Remember, this is R&B. People like to come out early. That was Lulu doing what
she did best. The businesses went further than most people realized. Alongside Bliss and French 75, Lulu reportedly ran a fashion boutique called Devon and Alamode by Lulu hair salons,
barber shops, and had investments in real estate. She had also just been appointed coordinator for Hub City Plaza, the former Northgate Mall in Lafayette, working to restore it and bring in new local businesses. She
posted a video walking potential tenants through the space herself. Actually available. This is space number 1. Okay, perfect. You have entrance here. You've got frontage here. And this.
You do come. I'll give you one of the sections at the top, and then you'll be exclusive VIP. She said that publicly on a live video in front of everyone. Weeks later, James Michael Joseph was arrested and charged with her.
Is prime location with the main entrance being right here at the front. Right across we have 2 other spaces here. One that is perfect for retail space right here at the entrance. This
is prime location. Lulu was also a mother. Her son Kingston was at the center of everything she built. People who followed her on social media saw it. The travel, the milestones.
Experiences she made sure he had. Kingston reportedly went everywhere with her. And her investment in the people around her did not stop at her front door. She was paying out of her own pocket to fight for other business
owners in her community. People who knew her said there was still so much more to come from her. None of them could have known how little time was left. On December 30th, 2025, just before 2:30 in the afternoon, officers were dispatched to the 800 block of Delham Avenue in Scott, Louisiana. Reports of gunfire had come in. When they arrived, they found Londa Carter outside her home with multiple gunshot wounds. She was rushed to a nearby hospital, but did not survive. She was 40 years old. Condolences, tributes, and questions, all at once. People wanted to know what happened and who was responsible. The investigation did not take long, and the arrests that followed raised a lot of eyebrows because the people charged were not strangers. Next, a pair of developing stories on the Crime Watch. We start out in Scott, where 2 men are under arrest in the murder of a well-known businesswoman, stemming from what was apparently a domestic dispute. The victim is 40-year-old Londa Carter. The Scott woman was the owner of 2 businesses in downtown Lafayette. That you just saw was during an appearance last year on News 15 promoting Bliss Cocktail Lounge. She also owned the Style Loft on East Vermilion Street. Both businesses have since closed. Police say she was shot and killed here at home in the 800 block of Delham Avenue in Scott. The two men charged in her murder are 44-year-old James Joseph and 49-year-old Jesse Alfred Jr. Police say Joseph was the father of the victim's child, and others who knew the pair say they had a rocky relationship. Joseph, who police say pulled the trigger, is being held in the murder. The woman on that live is Londa Carter Lulu, and there is a lot more to Lulu's story than what came out after she was gone. We sang, and we, Lafayette Parish Jail without bond. Alfred, meanwhile, who's charged as an accomplice, has been released after posting bail. The father of her child was charged with her murder, and a second man, 49-year-old Jesse Howard Alfred Jr., was arrested alongside him as an alleged accomplice. In a single afternoon, Kingston lost both of his parents. His mother was gone, and his father was in a jail cell. The businesses she built, the mall revitalization she had just taken on, all of it came to a stop. Everything she had been building gone. Her community was left grieving and looking for answers. And the answer most people kept coming back to was James Joseph. Because whatever was happening between Londa and James did not start on December 30th. It had been building for a long time. And that history is what we need to talk about next. James Michael Joseph was 44 years old, the father of Londa's son, Kingston, and someone whose relationship with her had reportedly been rocky for a long time. People in her circle described him as off and on in Kingston's life. In the weeks leading up to December 30th, tension between them had reportedly been rising. Law enforcement described what happened as stemming from an apparent domestic dispute. After Londa's passing, footage surfaced on social media. In it, a woman is seen destroying property inside a home, breaking windows, and tearing through furniture. The woman is allegedly Londa Carter. The property is allegedly connected to James Joseph. The footage has no confirmed date and comes from third-party sources. That question became part of how people processed this case. Londa had built businesses from nothing, was raising Kingston, and had just taken on the Hub City Plaza role. Whatever happened in that footage was allegedly taking place inside a relationship that had been deteriorating for a long time. The people who grieved her made one point consistently. What she did in that video did not cost anyone their life. Property can be replaced. The explanation that spread fastest after her passing was jealousy, that James Joseph allegedly watched Londa build something real while he remained on the sidelines, and that the resentment from that grew into something dangerous. People who knew her said her trajectory was obvious. Celebrate. So, like I said, lots of birthdays, okay? Lots of great hosts tonight as well. We got our boy Rudu, the one and only. Y'all know he is. To everyone around her. One person speaking publicly about the case said jealousy and hatred drove what happened to her. Someone who reportedly knew Joseph personally pushed back on that framing slightly, describing him as a man who had his own money and was not a bum as some had characterized him. That detail has not been verified independently, but it adds a layer to the motive question that the jealousy narrative alone does not fully account for. Law enforcement has not publicly confirmed a specific motive. The investigation into the full circumstances remains ongoing. Law enforcement named James Joseph as the primary suspect. Police said publicly that he allegedly pulled the trigger, and the fact that a second man, Jesse Howard Alfred Jr., was charged alongside him as an alleged accomplice suggested to investigators that what happened that afternoon was not unplanned. Scott police worked the scene at Delham Avenue in the hours that followed. Witnesses nearby reportedly recalled hearing commotion earlier that afternoon before shots were reported. The scene was documented carefully. Both men were eventually taken into custody without incident. James Michael Joseph was arrested and charged with second-degree murder in connection with Londa's death. He is being held in the Lafayette Parish Jail without bond. Police stated publicly that Joseph allegedly pulled the trigger. The second arrest was 49-year-old Jesse Howard Alfred Jr., charged as an accessory after the fact to secondary murder. Alfred posted bail and has since been released. His specific role in the events of December 30th has not been fully detailed in official public statements. What the accessory charge indicates is that investigators believe Alfred had knowledge of or involvement in what happened enough to warrant criminal charges in connection with her death. The involvement of a second man raised questions about the nature of what took place that afternoon. Law enforcement described it publicly as stemming from a domestic dispute. The accessory charge suggested the events of that day, definitely going to turn it up for tonight. There is a video, a woman moving through a house and she is not there to visit windows, furniture, and property. all of involved more than one person acting with knowledge of what was about to happen. How those two details fit together is something a courtroom will ultimately have to work through. As of the time this video was made, no pleas had been entered by either man, and no trial dates had been announced. The investigation remains ongoing. Anyone with information is urged to contact the Scott Police Department or the Lafayette Parish Sheriff's Office. The impact of what happened on December 30th reached further than one family. The community Londa had poured herself into lost something real that day, and Kingston lost the most. He lost both of his parents in a single afternoon, and he had no say in any of it. Kingston was at the center of everything Londa built, every business she opened, every fight she took on for her community. He was the reason behind all of it. She wanted him to see what it looked like to build something from nothing, and he did see that, for the years that she was here. He saw it up close. Londa's family has rallied around him, and those who knew her have expressed that he is surrounded by love, bliss, French 75, and the style loft are all closed now. The work she had started at Hub City Plaza came to a stop. The attorney she was funding for other business owners in Lafayette Parish ended with her. The community she had spent years building something for is still feeling that absence. The legal process for both James Michael Joseph and Jesse Howard Alfred Jr. is still ahead. No plea have been entered and no trial dates have been set. What a courtroom ultimately decides about December 30th, 2025 has not been determined yet. What has already been determined is the kind of woman Laura Carter was and the mark she left on faith, people in the city she poured herself into. This case is not closed. The legal process is still ahead and Kingston is growing up through all of it. Our sincerest condolences to Londa's family. It coming down. The woman in that footage is allegedly Londa Carter, and the property allegedly belongs to the father of her child. Weeks after that video surfaced, Londa was found outside. To everyone who loved her, and to Kingston, may Londa Carter rest in peace. Subscribe if you are new, and leave your thoughts below. Her home in Scott, Louisiana, with multiple gunshot wounds. To understand how this story